Last year I went to Greece and I took a Crete tour, and now it's time for Heat 4. It's time for the final heat of the 2021 Senate race. We're here on the road course for heat number 4. Take a look at the grid over there. Move that bottom 5 up, put John Bozeman at the back, and that's your grid. We got a lot of rookies here. We got Alex Padilla from California, Bill Haggerty from Tennessee, astronaut Mark Kelly, John Hickenlooper. Should be a good race. And to give the command to start engines, please welcome these 2 random guys I found on Cameo for free.
Hey, this is TJ from Cameo, and this is for the iRacing Field of Senators race. We got a bunch of U.S. Senators here about to race to the death. And before we get started, Senators, start your engines. Have a great race.
What's poppin' the field of AI Senators? My name is Lucas. I do these. Senators, start your engine.
Alright, thank you TJ and Lukas for that command. And for one final time, we are driving at Road America. And just kidding, it's not a final time. We'll be back here 2 more times. But anyway, Schumer gets a good start, chops off Mike Lee. But Mike Lee's actually going to have the inside here that might be ideal into turn 1. Can Chuck Schumer sweep around the outside, or will Mike Lee take the lead? Chuck Schumer does sweep around the outside. A power move by Chuck Schumer. He's actually pulling away from Mike Lee, who has to defend from Alex Padilla. Could Chuck Schumer be running away with this race already? That's a very real possibility, as he already has a second gap back to Mike Lee. Looks like we're single file throughout the field. John Hickenlooper didn't get off to a great start, but everyone is still on track. As Alex Padilla is going for a move on Mike Lee, and Chuck Schumer continues to extend his gap in the lead. Let's look back at the Padilla-Lee battle here. Will Alex Padilla be able to outbrake Mike Lee? No! The rookie from California cannot pass the funky pink car of Mike Lee. But the battle will continue. They need to be careful here, because if they keep battling like this, that's going to allow Chuck Schumer to just run away with this race. Looks like Dan Sullivan might have run into a bit of trouble further back. We'll take a look at that when we can. But Corey, I think Chuck Schumer's already won this race.
Oh, handle it. 2 seconds already on the rest of the field.
Well, Mike Lee seems to be pulling away from Alex Padilla here. Padilla had a good start, but Mike Lee just proving how much more highly rated he is. And Alex Padilla, as a designated replacement for Kamala Harris, he doesn't have a Senate election rating, so his rating is from the California Secretary of State election, which he received 64% of the vote in. But as we watch the gap between Lee and Schumer, Lee is actually keeping that gap pretty steady. Maybe Schumer got a little bit better of a back straight, but we'll see what happens into Canada Corner as we see the battle for 4th rather. Shelby and Sass getting very heated. But Schumer continues to pull away. No surprise there, as he is 3% more skilled than Mike Lee, but I think we were hoping for a bit more of a battle in this heat. Doesn't look like it's going to come. See if Alex Padilla can catch back up to Mike Lee, make it a fight for 2nd. But it's going to be tough for anyone to touch Chuck Schumer here. As I think in this lull in action, we're going to take a look back at Dan Sullivan. That's Mike Lee. Dan Sullivan on lap 1. What happened here? That's Sullivan on the outside in the military green car. Cindy Hyde-Smith on the inside. Oh, Pat Toomey just dives in there. Dan Sullivan chops him off. That's just a clumsy maneuver, but luckily everyone managed to keep it rolling, which is not always the case in these kinds of accidents. Back up front, Alex Padilla still trying to chase down Mike Lee, but I don't think he'll be able to. I think Mike Lee is out of draft range here. It's about 1.4 seconds. So it looks like our podium is decided, unless Ben Sass can catch up to Alex Padilla. We're going to look back there. Ben Sass and Mike Rounds. The Republicans going at it. Can Mike Rounds outbrake Ben Sass here? Go around the outside and take 4th. He's already on the outside. Will he be late enough on the brakes? He is. He's clear. Oh, just barely. Just barely clear into the corner, and Mike Rounds promotes himself up to 4th place. Now Ben Sass has another Republican to worry about. That's Richard Shelby from Alabama. Very, very, very old guy. But on the racetrack, he's racing like a youngin', isn't he, Corey?
Indeed. 64 rating can certainly challenge here.
He's going to look at the outside here. It's always difficult to make a move around the outside in that corner. It's not going to happen there. He's going to try and stick in the draft here. Go for a move down the back straight and make Ben Sass fall even further down the order. This hasn't been a great performance from Ben Sass. 5th place is a good position, but he's been falling down the order the whole race. See astronaut Mark Kelly down in 24th as well. He's not having a good day. Alex Padilla, easily the lead rookie. Bill Haggerty of Tennessee is having an okay time. But here comes Richard Shelby to the outside of Ben Sass. He's going to try and make the move here. Will he be able to? They're going to be side by side. Will he be close enough? He's going to try and sweep it around the outside. It's going to be very close. But he makes it. Just, I don't know how he did that. There was like no room there. And Bill Haggerty as well made a move around the outside of Tim Scott. Seeing a lot of good overtakes. But Maria Cantwell is our first retirement of the race. We'll take a look at that once this cools down. And Deb Fisher's out as well, so I assume they had something to do with each other. But Ben Sass is going to get back into the draft of Richard Shelby here as we are with 1 lap to go. I don't think we'll be able to look at that Deb Fisher replay. Maria Cantwell, who really cares? They weren't fighting for anything important. But Ben Sass and Richard Shelby are fighting for something important. That 5th spot, as Patrick Leahy and Tim Scott are having a good time back there. But Ben Sass, the gap between him and Shelby, it's increasing. It's about 6/10 now. Ben Sass needs to make sure he doesn't lose him completely, because if you lose the draft, you're done. You're done for. Oh, that's a very good corner exit from Ben Sass there. He was like 4/10 faster than Richard Shelby there, and he's going to have the draft here. He's going to think about the inside. He's going to go to the outside, as usual, to the outside of Richard Shelby. It's going to be very difficult. Richard Shelby's going to be very late in the brakes here, I think. Or will he? He is. That's very late in the brakes. Richard Shelby does outbrake, and Ben Sass around the outside. No! He gets forced onto the curb, as usual, when someone tries to make that kind of move. But this battle is not over yet. He's going to keep chasing him. He's going to have one more legitimate chance at an overtake at Canada Corner. Corey, you know why it's called Canada Corner?
Probably has something to do with Canada.
Not really.
Oh, does it look like Canada?
It doesn't look like Canada either. There's some old racing joke, but I'm not going to tell it because I want that to die because it's stupid. But anyway, Maria Cantwell, Deb Fisher have finally been towed back to the pits. Their road course days are over. And it looks like Tim Scott went off track, actually. So he's lost a position to Patrick Leahy. And it looks like Bill Haggerty will get 7th in that battle. But the one very exciting battle on track is here. Ben Sass, Richard Shelby. The battle for 5th place rages on.
Only 2 percentage points in skill rating separate them.
Ben Sass to the outside. He wasn't able to make the outside move earlier this lap. Will he be able to this lap? Can he replicate what Richard Shelby did to him? This is his final chance. He turns in. He makes it. I thought he was going to hit him on the inside there, but he didn't. Ben Sass takes 5th place at the last possible moment. Can Richard Shelby fight back? It's a 6/10 gap. I don't think he'll be close enough. But back up front, it'll be a dominant victory for Chuck Schumer of New York, the Democratic leader, the Senate Majority Leader, the race leader, and the Senate Race Heat 4 leader at the moment. Mike Lee comes home 2nd. The rookie Alex Padilla a strong 3rd. Then Rounds, Sass, Shelby, Haggerty, Leahy, Scott, and McConnell. And it looks like on the final lap we've had a bit of an incident with Mark Kelly. I do want to take a look at that. Let's see here. Mark Kelly. Oh, Kelly and Tillis. Oh, that's a big hit for Mark Kelly. Oh, John Hickenlooper. No! John Hickenlooper, what are you doing, man? John Hickenlooper, more like John Chicken Pooper. But Mark Kelly's used to G-forces being an astronaut. And on that note, we'll see you on the oval. Hello and welcome to the final oval race in the final heat in this 2021 Senate race. Take a look on the sidebar there. You got your whole grid. Got Chuck Schumer on pole. And to give the command, please welcome Sean Heckman.
Attention senators, attention senators. I'm talking about you, Mike Brown from Indiana. You know what I mean, Tammy Duckworth from Illinois. I'm talking to you, Joe Manchin III of West Virginia. Start your engine there, John Hickenlooper from Colorado. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Danny Sullivan from Alaska. Start your fake engines.
Thank you, Sean, for that command. I'm sure the people in your office block were very happy to hear a megaphone in the hallways. Thank you for your commitment, and we will go racing in a few moments. Alright, we exit turn 4 for the final time, and I'm going to hit him with a boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, you bunch of elected officials. As we watch the numbers fill in over there, Richard Shelby trying to go for a move on the high side on Chuck Schumer. That's not going to work. And Chuck Schumer blocks off Tim Scott in the bottom. Tim Scott, he's going to have to find a way by Chuck Schumer quickly here, but Chuck Schumer does go high. Kind of expected him to go to the bottom, but he said, nah, no thanks. That's going to allow Bill Hagerty, the rookie. Hagerty, all alone in the moonlight. Corey, you know what that's from? Cats. I'm sure Bill Hagerty's a big musical theater fan. I am not. But he's taking the lead, and Mike Rounds is coming up. Here comes Mike Rounds to the bottom. Mike Rounds is going to go for the lead on lap 1 as he passes the rookie Bill Hagerty, and Chuck Schumer is stuck behind a wall of Republicans. He looks to the bottom. Not much room there, but he found a gap, and Chuck Schumer is back to the lead. As we look back in the pack has stratified a little bit. Looks like we're losing Mark Kelly, unfortunately. The rookie John Hickenlooper's hanging out. But now it's Richard Shelby looking at the bottom to take the lead. We're 3 by 3 at the moment. But this is a crazy group. And when we go 4 wide, which we will inevitably, that's when crazy stuff will happen. But Mike Lee has taken the lead in the funky pink and beige car. He's trying to drag Ben Sass with him. Here comes Alex Padilla. He doesn't have enough momentum to send it 4 wide, though. Richard Shelby continues to lead. Ben Sass now goes to the lead on the bottom. We continue to run 3 by 3 by 3. Can the Democrats break this Republican stronghold up front? It looks like Alex Padilla might be able to. The rookie from California. He wasn't elected senator, he was appointed senator, but he was elected as Secretary of State, so he deserves to be here. But now Bill Hagerty again, sending it where there might not actually be a hole. But he finds it, and Bill Hagerty goes to the lead, and he's going to drag now Deb Fischer with him. There's just a revolving door of leaders up here. But it doesn't look like Deb Fischer has enough momentum. And that's going to mean 4 wide. Patrick Leahy almost hits Tim Scott. That was a dangerous angle. I don't think he noticed that there was another car down there. Shades of Bernie Sanders last year. But Deb Fischer from Nebraska. Ben Sass and Deb Fischer, 2 Nebraska senators, doing well for that state. Not much happens in Nebraska, but clearly they're teaching their race car senators very well, as Deb Fischer passes Bill Hagerty for the lead. But now Richard Shelby's going to go to the bottom again. And John Bozeman, not Boozman, remember him, he made the finals last year. But they will be 4 wide. Patrick Leahy again. Leahy and Schumer! Not much else you can say. Those wheels are getting too close for comfort, and do you think they're going to get away with this 4 more times, Corey?
Yes.
You might be right. But here comes Bozeman again. And remember who we haven't talked about in a while? Chuck Schumer. Talking about how he was falling down the field. Well, he's back up into third. But he is third on the top.
Lee has fallen down to 16th.
Yeah, I didn't even notice how far back Mike Lee's fallen. But Shelby and Bozeman are running so close together. Schumer's squeezing them. And I tell you who's there in that big old gap. John Hickenlooper is making his way up the field. As Alex Padilla falls back, John Hickenlooper's moving his way up. And Marsha Blackburn's on the scene as well in that multicolored orange and black car. But John Bozeman to the bottom still. Those guys are locked 3 wide as John Hickenlooper sends his way through. John Hickenlooper, is he going to make it to 4th? Patrick Leahy's certainly going to make it to 4th. 3rd now as he passes Chuck Schumer. Is Chuck Schumer going to get forced down the order again? They're swerving on the straight for some reason. 2 laps to go. It's still anyone's game. But whose game will it be? Deb Fisher's still around. John Hickenlooper's getting hung out to dry on the top. That is intersecting wheels with Sass and Leahy. I don't know how they're getting away with this, but they just did. Those wheels were literally... His car was in the wheel well of the other car. This is just ridiculous stuff. Sass almost turns down on Mike Lee that time. Could we really go 4 heats without a crash in the 2021 Senate race on the ovals? It's a very real possibility. Oh, nope, there goes Marsha Blackburn. I jinxed it. Blackburn, McConnell, that's a lot of cars back there. We'll try and take a look at that when we can. This is not the end of the race. It's a brief graphical glitch. We will call the finish for you. The checkered flag is not out. John Bozeman is your leader right now, but he's still got Richard Shelby to worry about. And Chuck Schumer's still around too. Pat Toomey did not win this race. He would like to win the race, but Alex Padilla got crashed out actually. That's not good. But Shelby, Bozeman, Schumer, Lee, Leahy, and the gang. Who is going to get it at the line? Will it be Shelby? Will it be Bozeman? Can Schumer do anything on the high side? I don't think he can. Oh, can he? He can! Chuck Schumer! Chuck Schumer pulls it out. Pat Toomey did not win this race. It's Schumer, Shelby, Bozeman, Lee, Fisher, Leahy, Haggerty, Sass, Scott, and Dan Sullivan gets the final point. John Hickenlooper not quite there. Let's take a look at that Marsha Blackburn crash. Some ridiculous stuff. But wow, oh my goodness, she hit Tim Scott, and that just kicked everything off. We almost made it the whole way without a crash. But we will calculate the points, and we will tell you who is moving on to the finals. Alright, we have our 5 advancing drivers from Heat 4. It'll be Chuck Schumer with 50 points, Mike Lee with 30 points, Richard Shelby with 26 points, Alex Padilla with 15 points, and John Bozeman with 15 points.